Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I have so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a past, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. Grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a past, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a past, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number
ready, we ready, we ready for y'all. We ready, we ready, we ready for y'all.
Coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP. All in.
All in, glitches.
Nothing gets between me and my ZBEX.
Hey, you know what would make that intro better if she said coffee time, glitches.
We could probably add it in there, bro. Like, we can't change that though. You know how? Because that's hella old. But
that's a classic right there. Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah. That's like a classic. One of your classic favorite TV show intros.
Straight up, dude. Yeah, man. Let me get these comments going. Shout out to Zerker. Hey, Berserker. We were on time both shows today. Maybe it's you, man. Maybe you've been the problem the whole time, Zerker.
I'm a write up.
What you know about that? Fucking write up. Let's run it.
Ever since he lost his voice, man, he's been different.
Hella funny. XRP Nelson, what's up? Coffee time in the crypto fam. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, this is about to be all good, man. I'm just on it. Sometimes, I try not to waver, but you're like, I think we're ascending, dude, as a group to where people just, all the old shit that used to work, the energy harvesting, people are just starting to see all this shit.
Yeah.
But if you think about when you ascend, dude, I think people underestimate the healing thing, because I got sat the fuck down. I was just like, dude, instead of fighting it, man, just go hermit mode, man. And when you're by yourself, you like, nobody's, because you hear, oh man, you fucking, you think this, oh, that's crazy. But then once you're by yourself, it's just, you get more in tune. And then it's more, it's just there. But when you look at the healing side, you look at what everyone else is doing. Everyone else is just passing on trauma and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're just passing the buck down the street, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
codependency, fear of abandonment wounds, all that bullshit, dude. And when they say heal your inner child, but never let your inner child go.
Yeah.
And then when you get back to authenticity, what are you doing? You're going back to your inner child. You're just doing what you fucking want to do, just like we talk about authenticity on the show. But literally, I held my shit. I still hold back a little bit when I'm live, dude. Like, because I'm a pretty witty motherfucker. I could crack jokes and all that shit. But when you just do it and you're not worried about who thinks what, it's different.
You want to see something super authentic that's coming soon? I've been working on. Bam. Finally got my NFT collection. I've been working on it. It's coming soon. It's a little glimpsy glimpse. Ooh, I'm working. But you're 100% right about healing. Healing is good. But the only people who don't heal are the people who don't learn. Because if you learn, then your mind is always traveling and you don't care about any kind of negative stuff. You're becoming intelligent. So you're vibrating higher and higher, higher. And the more that you vibrate higher, is the more you can help people out and change their life. And you're not really self-centered no more. it's a learning process. People don't.
Yeah.
People just need to have something to do with their time.
But don't you think like your belief system plays into? Because I you know, I
Yes
know
and no.
people, and
Yes
you
and no.
see, they're literally doing what they're just taught, and they just keep the buck rolling, right? Instead of just, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna try it a fucking different way, you know? Because I look at it as like, I had a conversation about codependency, and the person was like, I'm not codependent. And I'm like, okay, that was sort of defensive, but
A lot of people.
I had codependency works like there's a need to give and a need to take. The takers and the givers, you're both still codependent. If you feel the need to give shit to people, you know, and then the other person, I was more on the giver side.
Spicy topic. All right. If you really want to talk about codependency could be someone who's been married and then who got divorced and then who sees other people, but they still keep in contact. It's co-parenting, but they're still codependent on their opinion or their validation of that person, even though they're separated. Codependency doesn't necessarily mean that you have a relationship with someone who's just codependent on you financially, but codependent can mean you're dependent on someone emotionally. You're just emotionally, you can't outgrow that person is your comfort zone, and you don't know how to be by yourself, think by yourself, do shit by yourself. Because that takes self-evaluation, and that's a dark place to self-evaluate yourself, to check yourself and to know, like, you know what, I'm messing up, I need to correct this, blah 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 blah, versus having someone tell you, hey, check yourself, blah blah blah. A lot of people feel comfortable having someone guide them rather than doing it themselves, because to do it yourself, you have to be brutally honest with yourself, meaning that you have to be able to talk shit about yourself, understand that you are talking shit about yourself, but you're talking shit about yourself in a way of progression, not in a way of putting yourself down. That creates a fucking monster. Someone who doesn't care about no one's opinion, because they're just set.
Yeah, if you think about it too, waking up is basically you're just really detaching from the system and the belief system that the system gives you, and basically getting back to self and
fuck yeah,
stop depending on the system going to their stores, and because you basically forget everything because you're just so dependent on what the system gives you that's all there is. You don't know about growing food, your own food. You don't know about nothing about yourself. You're just locked into that. And most of it's all fear, especially if you're locked into the TVs and all of that is all fear-based.
It's fear-based. Even the take, you know, there's people that just, they're in fear-based. They don't think there's enough abundance for everybody, and then they want to just take. But it goes back to the healing, like what Nerdy said. You know, if you're not healing, you're actually stealing, because you're stealing time, energy, fucking attention, or money. You know what I'm saying? So Nerdy was right, though. You could be codependent and not with money, but you could be codependent on someone's energy or their validation or whatever. But
that's very evident in abusive relationships. When someone has an abusive relationship, they're emotionally attached to someone because one of the person, the receiving side of that situation, the person has brainwashed or has submitted that person by beating that person into belief that this person can only expect this amount of level of whatever it is. So now that person gets stuck in that trap, and now that person can't leave because they believe that this is all they deserve. That's a very, very dangerous thing, because a lot of bad relationships like that end up not resolving itself. People just stand in and just end up in a horrible manner. But that is not good.
Yeah, even when Baggy said, oh, go ahead. I thought you were done.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
When Baggy said detachment, though, like, because I went through the whole detachment phase, but I actually thought of detachment as people, right? Mm-hmm. But I think true detachment is you're detaching from the past and the future, and you're staying in the present, right? Mm-hmm. But I did view originally detachment as people, like. But I think it's deeper. I think when you truly detach, you're when you detach from the future, you have nothing on outcomes. Like, I'm not doing this for this outcome, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you have to have self-worth, man. You have to have self-awareness. You have to know what you're worth. And you have to know when to step away. You have to know when someone is being an energy vampire. And you have the chart that you always bring up about the energy flows of where you are. And if people are not vibing with you and people are constantly just gossiping and putting you down and not being your cheerleader, and you guys are not being each other's cheerleader and moving together somewhere and then being progressive as a couple, then it's just let that shit go. Let that shit go.
Yeah, Hans loaded. If you're not healing, you're stealing. That's true,
Yeah.
bro. That gets into energy vampires and all that. But I heard that line last week. I'm like, oh, that's fire, bro. I got to say that on the show. But
yeah. Also, there's basically only two vibrational states. You're either in the fear state or love state. And when you're in a state of fear, your body enters the flight or fight response, which prioritizes immediate survival needs. As a result, process deemed non-essential, such as growth and reproduction, are temporarily halted. This means that your body is not promoting growth during this period.
Exactly.
So when you're in fear, you're only thinking about survival mode. You're not growing. There's nothing else happening except you're in survival mode when you're in fear.
Yeah. You have to have empathy. You have to have compassion. Even if you're going through shit and someone needs help them out. You have to be able to put your shit aside and help someone. If you can't do that, if you can't put your ego to that point, bro, you got problems. You got some motherfucking demons. You need to solve.
Zebekian savage shit. We having a fire convo right here.
Yeah.
Dropping that fire. Yeah, dude. I was like, man, no Zerk, dude. We got to get on some consciousness today, dude. And because really, it's weird how this is all panning out, but I think we're just grouping up like spiritual fucking warriors right now. I don't care if you're crypto, these shows, all this shit. I mean, I've met hell people in the chat. There's straight up crazy balanced people, and it's not normal. Like, so, and I think as in the next year, this year, as this ramps up, we're just going to naturally know, let's fucking sort of shift it over here now. But it's all consciousness.
It is.
And I love to talk about it, dude.
Where do you think we'd be if we didn't have crypto? None of us would even be here.
Oh man, I think we'd have been in the, because I was thinking about this when I was doing the conspiracy shit and then the Q shit and the red pill. We were still in this fucking canal of consciousness though. But for me, the conspiracy shit's depressing because if you keep going, you're chilling next to the dark, right? Where crypto, I needed crypto because that allowed me to get out of the fucking dark shit. You know what I'm saying? And just know this shit's real and it's happening. And then people are like, you think that's real? Yeah, motherfucker, I think that's real. Shut your mouth. And then, so I think the crypto side is more, we balanced our emotions out on the economic side, right? Now we learn how money works. And I mean, just crypto, you learn so much shit about money. The same shit the stock people's been doing, now we're doing, right? And you just learned all that. So, but I don't know if I'd be on YouTube, but I was already in the consciousness valley, like trying to wake people up.
I was having a conversation with the guy over there, Ron, Fake Simon, and he's been in remittance for 25 years. He's been in the banking sector. He was saying that he's never seen a product like this ever before in his life, and how it's going to just completely change everything. So if someone that is his dedicated profession is saying that there's a technology that's going to just be a disruptor, I'm going to take his ass seriously rather than random people, right? Because he has like real world knowledge in the whole thing. Combine that with everything else, if you look at what primitives are compared to what APIs and SDKs are, everything is becoming cloud-based to the point where it's being optimized for AI and language models to use and to call to and to use, where primitives are a lot faster in response and a lot lighter. So we are really truly moving into a decentralized world if you really think about it, which is wild. And to think that in that world, data and these tokens are what drives everything. So I don't get how people are not bullish or do not see the bigger picture. But if you do not realize that, like, imagine if you're in the beginning of the railroad or the oil, and someone was saying, "Hey, you can have a little mini refinery in your backyard for yours for the low price of whatever," and you're like, "Cool." And they kept telling you, "Well, you can keep buying more of these little mini refineries," and everyone's like, "Tight, you can keep it for life." That's literally what's happening.
Gabriel, I think it was Gabriel. You asked about XDB. I got XDB like 6 months ago, but I only got it. Tony Bags dropped the XDB, but yeah, they partnered with Zebek. But yeah, I already had it. So
On the wallet, on the XDB wallet, because XDB has a separate wallet that you have to keep it on.
yeah,
I still got my XDB.
I still got mine too, man.
You can't even get it anymore from
SoFlow Digital. I wouldn't know of any of y'all if it wasn't for crypto 5 years strong. Straight up, man. But crypto's a gate. That's why I remember Baggy, one of the first extra bullish hours was New Titan 888. And I was like, oh, dude, like this dude's so conscious. But he said, because I started doing, I got some solo videos, but my long thing is like, if somebody truly wanted to send, like, where do you start? You know what I'm saying? So I was doing my little short clips, but I already separated like the financial side of waking up with all this. And then within 5 minutes, we were backstage on Baggy's show, and he was like, yeah, crypto is the gate, is another gate to get to here. And I was like, exactly, bro. You're thinking, like, what he was saying is literally shit that I think out of my own head. I'm like, damn, that dude's a smart mother trucker.
Yeah, he's XPR now too. He's big on XPR now. New Titan.
That FDIC.
But shit, crypto is like the perfect match for red pillars.
Fuck yeah, it is.
It's like a tool for red pillars.
It is a tool. And that was exactly what I was going to say. Is a lot of people view the market just as token. There's so many wallets. There's so many people trying to make debit cards and all these other things, but people are not realizing that the underlying technology allows us to surpass anything physical. We don't need a physical medium anymore. We can have an interface, a physical interface, but as a device in a whole, everything can be run on cloud, which I believe it is. And I believe the devices in that manner will get really thin, really small. A lot more wearables will come out because they're going to be that kind of based. And Mimo and 6 and 7G are going to help usher that in with Starlink.
Love Hill. Shout out. Before you manifest money, know your relationship with money first. And what is your paradigm about money? Exactly. That's where I think, because even your lingo, you're all over, like, even the way Lady E speaks and the words she uses, that's all my fucking shit right there. But it goes back to Baggy, like love and fear. People in fear are trying to take. So whenever you manifest, when you manifest out of love and abundance, someone in fear, they can't fuck with you. I mean, they're not going to be able to accumulate whatever you're manifesting. It's night and day.
Yeah, you can't
But I
even
think that's like,
manifest when you're in fear.
no, you got to fucking write off people manifesting. Right? They're literally stealing your manifestations. Like, that's why your energy is important, man. People, too many people in your energy, you don't know who the fucking crook is until you just fucking step away and your energy is not even there. And then, they'll figure out whatever. But, but I had to learn the energy side of that shit because there's just too many motherfuckers in my energy acting stupid.
Yeah.
Should we drop these baby gates? We're
Open
25
them up.
minutes.
Floodgates.
Boom. Thanks, Gary. I bet Fuma can get on MEXC and get us all the good shit like IOTA. I could get IOTA. I mean, dude, I think Is IOTA hard to get?
Yeah.
It is.
I got kicked off Mexi already too. Wow.
I don't have none of those no more, man. Like BitTrue was my spot for years, dude. And I originally bought XPR and BitTrue like a year and a half ago, probably. But
that's where I
yeah.
got my first XPR BitTrue. They kicked us
It's
out
crazy
too.
you said. Yeah, they kicked me out. I didn't think they'd kick me out, bro. I've done so much shit on there. And then one day, you know, I saw people in the chat saying, "Oh man, I can't get on there." And then I look, I can still get on there. And then another realm, "Oh, I can't get on BitTrue." And then I tried it. I was like, "Oh fuck, they kicked me off, bastards."
It seemed like they let the OGs though sit for a minute because I was
Sit
on there
around.
for a minute. Yeah,
Because they're making those fees off of you. So
shit, they probably seen we've been around for so long.
we got Chenzo on deck. What's up, man?
Chenzo!
I'm good.
What's up, bro?
Chilling.
I got IoTA a few years ago. I was staking it on the Firefly wallet. It was pretty easy for me to get, but then they stopped giving. It was Assembly, or what was the other token they were giving for? It was the Assembly and then the Shimmer token.
Shimmer.
Forget
I had
bullshit.
both of them,
Yeah,
and they removed it. Assholes.
yeah, I know. So I got out of it. I'm still earning a few IOTA from the time I was staking it in the Firefly wallet. Every month I get a little, or every I don't know, 90 days or something.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to start, if I may, like giving a shout out to my top 3 Bagman songs. Can I do that?
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
Hell yeah, bro.
All right, I haven't listened to every single song.
Oh, I have.
But my favorite, I'll go in ascending order. So my top 3, my number 3 would be the Trump Pump. I really liked it. When it came out, I was actually pumped, man. I was like, fuck, we're getting this pump. And I think, I forget when the release date, when was that release, Baggy? Was it like actually before, was it when we were still at 50 cents? Or I think it was, huh?
we might have been ramping up a little bit.
It was right about that time. Yeah.
I think it was right after like November when it was starting to ramp up.
So that's my number 3. And then my number 2, I was thinking about it these past few days, and I just re-listened to
December
them.
7th, Trump Pump drop.
December 7th. So I guess when you were recording it,
All
I
right.
hadn't pumped yet. So you were manifesting it.
I'll check out the price of XRP on December 7th.
Well, I know November is when it started to pump, and then December we had, I think, the second pump, the end of December.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did go through.
I'm it.
I think we
Yeah,
went
we
to
went
then,
to $2.
$2, and then we went to 340 after that.
Okay. And then my number 2 is We're Not Done. Man, when I heard that song, I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, I thought the chorus was just bomb. And I purchased that NFT on NF Tempo. And then my number 1 is Wishing, that I was just listening to nonstop. Still listen to when I was, especially in Thailand, having a bit of a rough time in 2022. And yeah, it's just like my favorites. This is my number 1. Anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Wishing is definitely one of the all-time favorites of mine as well. And then I like Extraterrestrial.
Shout out to Queen Steph. We got Wishing in the background.
Yeah, we did it.
Shout out to my people across the globe. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, We're Not
bombs.
Done was one of my favorites too. We're Not Done. I like the beat.
Yeah.
Shit, I got like 110, 15 tracks, I think. Somewhere up
dude,
there.
that's crazy.
Have you heard Extraterrestrial? Genzo, have you heard Extraterrestrial with him and Lady E? And what's that? Miles was on there.
There's a whole bunch of people on that one.
Yeah, that's an older one. That one is one of my favorite.
That was a song competition, and then we blended everyone's verses together.
My favorite has always been what is it? The RippleNet Memos.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's got a decent, heavy, deep tone to it. Very good.
Very educational one. very educational one. If you listen to it over and over again, you really are learning something from that one.
Yeah.
After SEC one's a classic. Who do you believe?
Who do you believe?
That beat hella sick.
I still sing "Chilling with the Bag Man," "Chilling with the Bag Man." Every time I see him, I walk up to him again and sing that verse to him.
What verse is that? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Extraterrestrial. Shut up. That's an extraterrestrial.
Oh, okay.
You don't even. I know your words better than you.
That's funny.
Does that make you the bag man? Are you the real bag man? What?
Good afternoon, family.
Hey, XRP Bishop, what up, pimp?
What's going on, brother? I love what you were saying this morning, Buster. I mean, man, you're getting to the point where I love hearing you talk, man. You and I are on the same page. And it's a delight, man. It's a delight hearing you.
I appreciate that, dude. That's even Tony Baggs. He said, because he's been on the ascension kick, but he's like, I told him like on a show, I said on the shows like 2 years ago, I don't really watch XRP shit, but he's like, dude, I thought you were lying when you said that. I'm like, no, man, because now he's sort of changed his attention and focusing more on ascension and consciousness, and yeah, dude, it just makes you're just more in tune, I think.
Man, we all gotta do a Sedona trip meetup one day on We Moon or something.
Sedona.
Yeah, Sedona's like hella spiritual and hella like energy points, and
we should do it. Yeah, that'd be
vortexes and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
That's where me
and you can see all the stars in Sedona. It's crazy too, man. One night we were coming home and it was hella dark, and you can see everything going on. And it looks like there was traffic in the sky, like blue, 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 blue. It's crazy.
I had a friend of mine go out there, and he took some long exposures with his camera. He's a photographer, like that's my side hobby or hustle. But he took some really long exposure, and you could see the entire Milky Way. You could it was amazing looking.
Bro, I'm telling you, when I looked up, all you see is like ships going back and forth, like high speed ships, like back and forth, like all night. I was like, what the hell am I looking at?
Hilton Head is like that, man. I'm telling you, man. Hilton Head at night, there's literally, I don't know if there's a portal over Hilton Head or not, but I mean, I used to see some crazy shit in the skies in South Carolina.
Incognito. Did you guys see Belmont yesterday? Sovereignty beat out journalism. You really can't make this stuff up. That's so funny, dude. Oh, you can't, man. I didn't see it, man, but I'm gonna watch the replay. I like
the Triple Crown.
I do like the fucking horse races, man.
Me too.
The big
I've
ones.
been to the Belmont. I've been to the Belmont. And I've been to the Preakness. I've never been to the Derby.
Oh, that's cool.
I used to go to Preakness every year, but I'm right here in Baltimore, so
yep. That's why I was there. Did you go back?
So when you're
infield parties, Bishop?
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, they stopped that shit though. That was some fun.
Yeah, they had to stop because people were getting hurt.
It was some fun times though, man. We were pushing people out of there in shopping carts.
Yeah.
You had to hire somebody from on the streets of Baltimore to push your people back to their car and shop.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. It got pretty bad. A lot of people got drunk and running on top of the spider potties, falling off, all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, it was wild.
They took those times away from us.
Yeah. And now they're about to close Pimlico down. They're going to close it down and rebuild it. And I think they're moving the Preakness to Laurel, Maryland for a couple of years, for like 5 years or so.
Nice. Oh, man, it's starting to rain again.
Hey, Chinzo, where are you located exactly? What city?
I'm in Moyobamba in Peru, in the jungle.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna be in Lima on the 18th.
Nice.
Of this month of June.
Yeah. I'm staying. I'm coming down, and then I'm hanging out for about a week or so, and then visit some family and stuff. I'm just trying to see how close you were. I'm gonna be in Miraflores.
Miraflores, yeah, that's usually where I hang out. So there's Miraflores and Barranco. Those are the two coolest and safest Yeah, you don't hang out next to the airport. It's a little dangerous.
Yeah, down in Callao. Yeah, in Callao. Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, if you want to come, I don't know if there's any way to get in touch. I'm going to Lima. I think it's next month for a baby shower or something. But let me know. I don't know if there's any way for us to kind of get in touch. If you have an X account or something, and so you want to come down in the jungle, I'd be happy to hang out or something.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll have to figure this out. You stay after this. I'll give you my number.
Okay, cool.
I want to check out Machu Picchu.
Oh yeah,
It's really neat. You can eat. There's a few options. You can. I did the lazy one where you just kind of hop on a bus, brings you right up, and then you walk around Machu Picchu. You can do the hardcore Inca Trail, and then even the Inca Trail. There's various options you can do. Like, don't quote me on this, but yeah, there's like a 3-day option, a 5-day option, a full week option where you're essentially walking and hiking the Inca Trail, and then you make it to Machu Picchu. And if you go when you make it to the top of Machu Picchu, I didn't do it, but I would advise you to buy the extra ticket to go. Like at the top of Machu Picchu, there's another staircase to another little mountain there, and basically what Machu Picchu was they would bring all the like a lot of young folks from the Inca Empire, let's call it, and like all the knowledge people, the savants, is that a word in English? All the people who had knowledge, and they would teach them, and then they would ship them to different parts of the empire to build bridges and teach different things. But they would bring the kids to this little higher area for a, let's say, 5-day or 10-day initiation or something. So that I didn't go check out, and it's an extra ticket that you have to purchase. So that would be kind of cool to check out. But it's a pretty surreal place. It's really cool.
It really is, and I would also suggest going to see NASCAR. Go to NASCAR, see the NASCAR lines. That's the one thing I haven't done yet, but that's pretty amazing too. I don't know if you know about that, but look it up.
Yes, I went to see it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the other people, everyone else that probably never heard of NASCAR.
Yeah.
Jeeper AZ. Does anyone else take screenshots when they post your comments? You're a fool, bro. Oh man, that's good shit right there.
I took a screenshot when David Schwartz followed me. That was like fucking bullish as shit. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So yeah.
I would too. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, David Schwartz is following me.
I get nothing but fake follows. Like my last fake person was Xena. It's Xena XPR. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Xena XPR followed me with like 20 followers. I'm like, you clown.
I get about 30 bagmans a month following me.
Yeah, there's hella baggies that follow me, man.
I think they're getting tired because I be taking them out. So
I report them too. But Vegas was amazing. I mean, I'm sorry I didn't make it, Buster, but meeting everybody that I hadn't already met yet was just surreal, man. The Easy A competition, what an experience to be able to get up on stage with those legends. And then at the end of the event, Brad Himes, and I almost said Brad Crimes. Brad Himes.
Brad Himes.
You can't do that anymore.
Who the hell's Brad Himes?
I can't do that anymore.
Kimes with the K.
Yeah, Brad Kimes, whatever his name is.
Bro, I did that twice talking to people. I said chicken, freaking CRIM. I was like, whack.
I said it almost the whole weekend. I was like, oh my God,
I did it twice talking to people. Like, yeah, Brad Crimes. I was like, shit.
Normal show.
As long as you didn't say get your hand out of my pocket, then I guess it's okay.
Lucky it sounds similar, so they didn't really catch on.
Yeah.
Getting close, chaps, to sending this your way.
Sorry, that's my Discord.
Oh, yeah, no rush, bro.
Yeah, I'm Shane.
Hang up the document.
Yeah, Shane.
No, Shane.
I'm sure those ticket prices are going to go up next year as this thing swings more. His little ticket show is going to go higher.
We got lucky because we presented for EZA. We got free tickets, so that was an experience. I would not have been in the convention center because we were there for the Sigma party. Bluminati and Ugas. We were co-sponsoring the Sigma after party, which was freaking amazing. I think that was really cool. Was watching the X Punks. The team from X Punks did the DJing, which was pretty bullish. So it was a lot of fun. Glad it's over though. I'm exhausted. I didn't get off my couch for a week.
Did you learn anything? Anything you share with us, or have you done it already? Or did I miss it?
I learned that networking is key. If you get to those events, you got to push your way up to the front, like Nerdy and OG man. They had the uphold guide cornered, and things like that. You got to do.
We got him down.
You had
OG's like, we're not leaving until we find this guy. I was like, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah, and OG said it on the last one. He was like, when we're in Baggy's backyard, he's like, yeah, man, I like to be on the go and just move around. And then you confirmed that, Nerdy, that you're like, dude, OG just fucking knows everybody.
Yeah, I was OG like glue next time, man, because he was like, let's go, Steph. And I'm like, yeah. So that was an experience. Another thing is, don't hang out with Bagman at these conventions because you can't walk 2 feet without someone going, it's Bagman, it's Bagman, it's Bagman.
I gave up trying to go find you because I couldn't even make it to the door.
It was amazing. So that was cool. It's like,
Spark Point. Where do you get Quebec at, man? I'm gonna have to look into Quebec because I'm just gonna have to look into it, man.
Yeah, shout out to Chris. I wouldn't have been there if Chris didn't throw me his ticket, and I had VIP access, so I was in all the VIP spots.
I know, right? I didn't get the VIP.
The food was way better too than the regular
the food was
general admission.
Yeah, we got sandwiches out on the floor.
Yeah, I was eating barbecue and ribs.
$900 sandwich.
Did you run into Garling House while you were there? Thanks.
Nah, I didn't get a chance to run into him. I was trying to save a bag for him, but I never got a chance.
Yeah, we made a T-shirt, an Uga shirt for David, and they said he was going to be going on at 4, so we had to go do some shopping for the event for Sigma and came back by 4, and he had already gone on, so I missed David. That was a bummer. But yeah, I didn't get to see Brad or David. There was just so much going on, the networking. And the fact that Uphold got to see that the tokenized assets on the XRPL, meme communities, whatever you want to call them, they're taking it serious. They're going to look there. I mean, they saw that money First Ledger is making, and I know they want in on that. So shout out to OG for that, and Nerdy. Nerdy,
Shout
who
out
was
to
your
Dr. McLovin.
Yeah.
McLovin was here.
What's that?
And the band man. What up, pimp? Go ahead.
Nerdy, who was your favorite person to see there? Like, that you hadn't met yet?
Melissa.
That's cool.
Melissa was a really cool person to meet. She was really lovely. She was a really beautiful person. But it was
Shout
really
out the world be free.
Yeah, she live streamed the EZA thing, and I didn't know she was doing that. That was super cool of her.
Yeah, it was nice meeting John Deaton though.
Yes.
Here's the line to the VIP food.
Yeah.
Wow.
The shit was pretty deep in there, man.
They said there was 1,200 people. Brad got up there and said it was the biggest one, was 1,200 people inside the convention. And then that's not even counting the meme party, the Sigma party, where I'm going to say there was at least another 800 people that did not go into the convention. So there was a couple thousand people, XRP people there.
And how much are these tickets each?
The Sigma party was free, but the Brad Hunt.
It was like 800-900 for a general, and then VIP was like 1,800, and then the after party was like 500-600.
Oh,
yeah, up a couple hundred from last season.
Up a couple hundred. Good man.
There was people there though in the convention. I mean, with notebooks and computers, like heavy investors, like people that didn't know anything about layer 2s that just were in there for the XRP convention. And there that was just an amazing moment that they didn't even know that there were layer 2s on the XRPL. They didn't know about the Zaman wallet. They didn't know. That was one of my takeaways. Was I felt like we gave them that information.
Well, the question is, were these the right type of people that didn't know? Were they bankers? Were they senators?
Man, there was everybody.
Yeah.
All walks of life from every different background, but a lot of financial backgrounds were there. Yes.
That's a good question because you don't know. It's like you don't know if you want these people investing in your token and then they send it to a fucking real high and then the rest cheat on you. So it's a fine line. It's like you don't really want to push your token like Uga or Bluminati on these people that you don't know if they're just going to say, oh, I'm going to go home and drop 20K on it, send the fucking token to the moon, and then everybody else sells on it. So it's a fine line on how to introduce these people to what we're building.
James Rule, DAI over here in the corner, and then Brad Kimes in the back.
Yeah, I got to meet James when I was hanging out with Bagman.
Okay.
Yeah, John Deaton, me and Lower Level were in the MGM lobby, and John Deaton walks through the door, and I'm screaming, "Shout out John Deaton!" And he came over and he shook our hand, introduced himself to us, and we were getting in line to at Starbucks, and he's like, "Fuck this, I got to get to the convention." So that was pretty cool. And then being on stage with John Deaton was like a true honor. My dog was even up on stage there with him.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was so cool.
That was sick. Yeah.
Hey, we ran into Dr. J at the food court. Freaking
Yeah.
OG noticed him.
Yep.
I was actually on the phone with OG when he saw him. I was like,
Oh, were you? That was
yeah, that's crazy.
He was like, Dr. J? He was like, yeah.
He's like, yeah. Well,
Hey, did any of you listen to the Monerex CEO presentation at XRP Vegas?
I did not listen to near as many presentations as I wanted to. We spent a few hours in the Easy 8, but
me and OG did.
You and OG did?
What'd you think of it, Nerdy?
I think that crypto banks are redundant.
Crypto banks are redundant. So if Ripple becomes a bank, you think that's redundant?
No, I think if Ripple becomes, I think if Bank of America or some banking service incorporates RippleNet into their service and they offer crypto trading or custody or whatever, or payments or anything, it kind of makes any kind of crypto banking app redundant because you don't have FDIC insurance that you do, or any kind of anything of trust, whatever that you do with a bank, rather than an app.
Nailed it. What about that the app that John Deaton, the trading bot? Has anybody messed with that yet? Bagman, did you mess with that yet?
I signed up, but I don't think I was having trouble signing up because I had an old account, but no, I haven't tested it yet.
You said that you can trade up to 10,000 USD for free before you even have to pay to test it. That's
Yeah, and he dropped a video and everyone thought it was his account got hacked, but I guess
he really is.
He wouldn't have dropped the video if it wasn't working for him.
Right.
shout out to XRP Plumbing, $20 cash app. Appreciate you, brother.
Speaking of Cash App, Buster, not everybody has access to. I was trying to send you a donation, but I don't have access to Cash App myself. So perhaps you might want to add in the super chat option as well.
YouTube screws me on that, bro.
Oh, do they?
Or could you put a
Yeah, we got monetized, and then you get paid through AdSense, and I failed the verification on AdSense, and then I let it expire 6 months. When you go to refill it out, they don't even let you change anything. You can't change anything in the original AdSense, and then I failed it. I failed it like three times. So
Have you ever had an AdSense account before?
No.
That was your first one?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know if I originally did it with maybe another account through YouTube, because I had original account and then I got Uncle Buster, but I didn't know. But they don't allow you to change anything anyway. So even if you made a mistake, the form's already filled out for you and you can't change anything.
Yeah, because I watched some one dude on YouTube and he was trying to get monetized, and he said that he had an old AdSense account, and once he plugged that one in, he said he was able to get monetized. So, but I heard that a lot of people have trouble with the new monetization setup. So I guess you just got to keep trying.
Or we could just blast off and nobody gets shit about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, you know, because there's like $500 stuck in YouTube, like you can't get it out. But so we're just like, oh, we'll just go the Cash App route, man. But we're close, you know.
Well, Cash App don't take 30% either, so
exactly.
Could you do a QR code for your wallet as well, or would that get you in trouble?
I mean, you could, but I don't want ZERPs. I mean,
what?
I don't want people's ZERPs. I don't want other people's ZERPs. Like, if they want to donate, you know.
I think people would rather donate cash than their ZERPs.
Exactly. I agree.
ZERPs are my cash.
That was a complaint that I put in the Uphold thing when we went to go get these hats for the survey. They were like, what's one thing you would like to change about Uphold? And I was like, to accept the fee in fiat rather than accepting the fee in XRP.
Yeah, really.
That would be beautiful. Stop taking my XRP. Like, I'll pay that stuff.
Oh no, they know what them ZERPs are.
They know what they're doing. Yeah.
If they told me to deposit fiat as a way so they can pay for gas fees, I would deposit the stable coin fiat to pay for gas fees specifically. So just so I can keep more crypto to myself. I'm just saying.
Tokenized coffee time is tokenized, Marcus. It's called Bluminati.
It's called Berserker Babies.
Yeah. 8-bit titties.
8-bit titties.
Anybody who's creating NFTs or whatever, I highly recommend, if you have an iPad, to get Procreate. This app is absolutely amazing. It's only $10, but I'm making something. It's coming soon.
Nice.
But if it wasn't for Procreate, I don't think I would have.
Look at the panda.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to get this far. So shout out to probably the best app for digital creators on the planet, and it's only $10, bro. Just buy it. Just buy it. It's worth it. You can do hella shit. Yeah.
What's it called?
Procreate.
Procreate.
Had it for years.
Yeah, they have a light version for the phone, but if you have an iPad, just get the iPad, get the pencil. Literally, just buy this setup. This setup right here is king. No one is messing with this setup right here.
Yeah,
not an older iPad.
This is like, yeah.
I think the older iPads actually have better pixels, Bagman. You just don't have to. You can't get the software. But I did a lot.
Still work?
I think yes.
I got the first gen. This is first gen pencil with this is series. This is the 10.7 or 9, whatever. With the series 1, works fucking beautifully.
Yeah, I was using someone stole mine, but I was using the pen and all that other stuff. I was even using like
I got the 9th generation.
Yeah, we got the same thing.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, we got the same one. Yeah, just update it and you'll be able to get it and you'll be good. But get the pencil. This pencil was like $100, but it's worth it.
That's what everybody says.
What's the pencil called?
Apple Pencil.
Apple Pencil.
What version? Isn't there a couple versions?
It's just the first version. I have the box somewhere. I'll show you. I'll send you the box. I'll send you a picture of the box and you'll know exactly what I'm trying to get. But it's just the first one. It's the one. You have to get the one that has the
banana.
The other ones are Bluetooth. The other ones are wireless charging. But these ones you have to plug in.
The banana pixel guys, they did a giveaway with the Apple Pencil to teach people how to use that stuff with their pixel art. They swear by that Apple shit.
Yeah. This is top shelf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get in. You gotta get in bananas.
When I was watching videos on YouTube of how to create NFTs, they're all using this. But the cool part is this part is like that. Your traits are basically, I'm not gonna show you the traits, but the traits are basically layers. Right, so you can see right here on the side of the screen. So if you look on the side of the screen right here, these are all layers, and I can add and remove which one I want for which thing, and it's hella easy. So first you draw it as a layer, and then you finalize it. You paint over it with like stability locked in and everything, and then you just add and remove which layer you want of how many traits if you want of how many, and then bada bing, bada boom. You get your paintbrush, you paint, and even when you're painting, or even when you're coloring in or whatever, or you're adding a background, or whatever, it's all layers. Everything's a layer. The color is a layer. The background is a layer. The attributes are layers. Everything's a layer. So you can, like, you just have a main. You get a main one, like a main template, and then you hold it, you lock it in, and then you just draw on top of it.
Yeah, there's a site on XRP Cafe they recommend. I think it's NFT export, and if you have all your layers, you can just drop all your layers, and it'll generate your NFTs for you.
Yeah, see, that's good. And the cool thing about that is, I was talking to Bags, and because I started doing this yesterday, and I've been doing it nonstop ever since. But use AI, use ChatGPT, use Perplexity, use a language model to help you do the math of the traits, how many traits you want, how much do you have in the collection, and how to divide it, and even use it to generate your JSON file for the IPFS for everything. It'll generate it for you. It'll literally generate it for you, and it saves you so much time. And then you just make the folder. Baggy showed me the folder structure. So you have the main folder, which is your NFT collection, and then you have the metadata in there, and then you have the images that align. So it starts from 0. So 0. So if you have 50, it's 0 to 49. And then the metadata has to match, and then you just upload it and you're good.
Yeah, freaking AI was sick with that because when I did the music NFT on XRP Cafe, I was able to generate my NFTs, JSONs. I used 3 different images, and all I did was have ChatGPT make a Python file, and then I ran it, and then it generated everything for me.
Shout out to the Zebekian Savage $20 Cash App. Flames today.
Hell yeah.
Fire. Good shit. 272 watching.
Someone said a volcano erupted. I know that we're waiting for a volcano to erupt, but someone said, I was watching the news, a volcano erupted. I guess that means something of some sort. Some kind of timeline stuff, some kind of milestone of some sort.
No, earthquakes and weather events are heating up, and they've been heating up for a minute.
All this leaves us to what? More geomagnetic activity, which could lead to blackouts or something. Is that what we're getting at?
Pole shift?
Maybe pause. I know a pole was shifting. I know the Earth is freezing. We're going through the ice age thing again.
That's the pole shifting, and another planet possibly coming into our
Nibiru. Nibiru's coming back. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Jeeper AZ, how do you guys track all the crypto you have on different wallets and different exchanges? I don't have any on exchanges, but back in the day, I was using that Blockfolio. Then FTX bought it out, and it cleared out all my shit. But there's tracker apps where you could download the app and then input how many you have of each coin through the app, and the app just updates live. You know how much value.
Delta Wallet. I use Delta Wallet.
Or
used to be something else. I forget what it's called.
Or you can be a freaking psychotic and then have a folder of all your apps and just go through each and every one every single day. That's what I do.
I just use CoinMarketCap portfolio.
Well, what I did was I literally have a spreadsheet that I keep, but I actually run some Python code that will go scrape First Ledger and all the top exchanges to pull everything I have. It reads my spreadsheet, then goes out and scrapes the numbers and then fills it back in for me. So I just run that once a day.
Nice.
Lizard King, sure, it's okay to start drinking beer. I'll drink one with you.
How do you think taxes are going to work with these things, guys? You think that no taxes at all?
I think we're going to get out of taxes, bro.
Look, I think
we're going to get out.
All of us.
I think we're all. This country loves their taxes. I believe they will always tax us. I think it's a matter of how much they tax us. So I can't see us getting around.
I would like to see the flat tax.
I would like to see a flat tax too, but that'll never fly. I've been saying it for years. That's the best way to handle all of this. And technically, we already had flat taxes. If you think about it, we had brackets. The brackets are pretty much flat. It's until they started allowing you to get deductions is when the problem came in, because people figured out how to get around the system.
Me. And that's exactly what I was going to say, is if you can figure out how to get around it, which is create an LLC, do your write-offs, do your losses as write-offs.
Yeah, but we don't want to do that. Honestly, do you really want to get around it? We should be just flat 10%, 20% for everybody.
I'd rather do it as a business write-off. But I do
Now,
that.
that's because that's the way it exists now. But I mean, if we want to quote unquote be fair, and we all use these roads, we all have military defense. If somebody tries to kill us, we want our military to go out and take them out, right? They get paid from us. So taxes are necessary. It's just a matter of this weird sense of being uneven. That's the problem. You got people like Warren Buffett getting away with, you know, paying far less than someone working in a McDonald's. It shouldn't be that way. But we need taxes are necessary.
Taxes are necessary. And you know, you're absolutely right on that. It's not about getting around it. It's about, I always say I want to pay my taxes. I don't want the government to handle where my tax money goes. I want it to go where I want to, which is why I started the LLC, which I can donate to charity and do a write-off. And that's where I want my taxes to go. I just don't like the government with all the pork and what the shit that they do.
No way.
No way.
No way. I'm more of a revolutionary type of view where it's like tariffs. The answer to taxes are tariffs. Let everyone else pay our taxes for us, and we'll just get a check, subsidy check for them using our data and our military, and also and us sacrificing our lives to take care of everyone else, and us working our jobs and our livelihood to help everyone else. And
I would counter what you're saying only in the sense that that's the way it is now. If that continued, all the other countries have to do is start trading with each other and build their own military slowly to the point where we're not needed. And then that everything tariffs would just be pointless. So there's a balance in there somewhere.
I agree to disagree to say that treasury bills, liquidity is needed for treasury bills because everyone's currency is tied to treasury bills. If people started abandoning the dollar and started going towards a gold-backed system, they can try, but a gold-backed system at this point in time it'll just take time. Like, it would take years. You would have to crash your economy, revalue everything, move to the system.
And none of this has happened before, right?
I don't think any of that is feasible because I don't think the WF or the IMF would allow that. I think the most feasible thing and the most realistic thing is that to keep world peace is that everyone keeps trading with the dollar, everyone keeps holding treasury bills. They inject gold into it via Judy Sheldon, but at the same time, I think that if America is going to provide the future to everybody and provide a Ripple, and we do provide an Apple and a Google, people should pay us for it.
The longest standing empire was Rome, over 1,000 years, and it eventually fell too. So your argument is that the United States is going to exist forever.
No,
that can't happen.
No, my argument is not that it needs to exist forever. My argument is that it needs to become efficient enough so it can. It needs to have a reliable.
Every empire has said that. Every last one of
them. But at the same time, we can do it in a multipolar way, meaning that everyone can have whatever they want. They can all trade. They can all have little separate silos, whatever. That's what stable coins are for. Stable coins enable everyone to do that. But also, stable coins is also the one that's buying all the treasury bills. So if we need them, and if everyone wants to dump treasury bills, and all of a sudden the United States goes, hey, that's fine, we'll just buy them all ourselves. Ripple goes, hey, we'll just gobble them up. Tether goes, no, we'll buy them all up. And then Bitcoin goes through the roof, and people are trading treasury bills for Bitcoin at this point in time. But
you're making the assumption that everybody what I'm hearing is that what I infer from what you're saying is that you believe that people will want to be dependent on us, or we want to make people dependent on us, and they will like it.
What I'm saying is that
eventually people will. We don't even like to depend on the government. We don't even want to pay the taxes right now. So why would other countries want to be dependent on us forever? For the next 100 years or 200 years?
What I'm saying is that people don't have a choice.
Okay.
I'm
That's literally what I'm saying.
And that will always be that way, right? It'll never change. They will.
No, it will change. It will change. Well, China's military power surpasses us right now. They can.
No, they don't.
They don't. They have a lot.
That's not true.
Their ocean presence and their ship presence. And
That's not true. That is not true.
They have more ships,
don't
but
believe me.
They have
everything
way
they have
more
is
ships.
copied.
I work for the military, and I
They
will
have
tell
way
you
more
this.
ships than us.
I work for the military, and I can tell you right now, they can. It's not about how many ships you have; it's how efficient the ships work. And I'm
Correct.
telling you flat out, there is nobody, there has never been, and that can take the United States. No one has ever built a military like this ever. We have dominance over the sky. We have dominance over space. We have dominance over the seas. It's just the way it is.
But
so
that's why it'd be
don't
an
believe the
inside
hype.
job
Do not
if we
believe the
ever
hype
lost.
that China's ahead of us. No one's ahead of us.
China's commercial ships are also military grade.
Correct.
It's just not true. Look at it yourself. Honestly, go back. And look at what we have.
No one in the world could bring a war to America, but we could bring a war anywhere in the world.
Where I'm getting my information from,
we are the first country ever in the history of the United States of the world. What am I saying? Of the world that can move an army around the world in less than 24 hours, and we can be anywhere at any time because we are multi-present right now. We dominate everything, and believe me. If you believe that China's ahead of us, you are sorely wrong. That's why Trump is making a stand. He can make that stand right now because he knows he can. He know they're dependent on us.
Real quick,
go ahead.
Sabekian Savage, bro, $50 Cash App. He just dropped 20. Yeah. But yeah, brother, I'm glad you acted on Zabek, bro. But yeah, you don't know me shit. I appreciate the donation. But you acted on it, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I was listening to
China's in big trouble.
No, I was listening to Palmer, the guy from Andrew, and he was basically saying, I'm just mimicking what he was saying. And his whole point was that at some point in time, the only presence is not going to be a physical presence, but it has to be like a data type presence, which is we have to accelerate in AI and manufacturing with chip manufacturing and excel in our software development and stuff like that. Yes, there's a competition right now, and China is a challenging power to this whole thing. Will they take over? No, they're not going to take over. They even admitted that they're not trying to take over, but eventually they will down the road. They're very persistent and very patient people. But at the same time, what about drones? All our manufacturing, all of our imports, a lot of the shit that we get in our country is from China. Not a lot of things that we have, that they use is from America. And I think that's the really big problem. So they actually have a bigger advantage, whether they might look like the small dog, we might have a lot of military, but their presence around the world is way more than ours.
So you believe every military vehicle that we build is built by China? Every military grade missile that we build is built by China.
No,
is that what you're saying? That's why you just said all the parts come from there, right?
I'm not saying
you think our military is buying Chinese parts in order to build our military?
No, we are manufacturing our own stuff for sure. 100%.
Oh, no doubt. I'm in acquisition.
100%.
I'm in acquisition. I can tell you for a fact we do not buy Chinese parts
100%
for our military.
But what I'm saying is that China is playing a strategic route. Like, for example, with their presence in Africa and their presence in all these other strategic places, because they're trying to take over the shipping routes. And that's why I believe that the whole Canadian, the whole Greenland dominance is a really good idea, because we would have global power over the Atlantic routes, which we need. And that would basically be an end game, because we do have a strategic partnership with India and with the old Indian Ocean and all that stuff. So we do have a good presence, yes. But that doesn't mean that China isn't scheming.
Oh, of course they're scheming. We're scheming. Everyone's always scheming. But the underlying word that you use is trying. They're trying to do it. So that means they have to figure it out, which means that they haven't done it, and doesn't mean that we're not watching them and actually countering them.
But the DeepSeek, the whole relationship with DeepSeek and NVIDIA and all that stuff, it should be a red flag that they're able to make a better model.
Yeah, but DeepSeek was a clone of ChatGPT. That's already been proven. That's not a better model. They just cloned it.
But they're able to make it more efficient.
No, it wasn't more efficient. That's a lie too. It really is. If you go back and look at it.
Yeah, the stats came out that they were like, some of their stats were way off and their modeling shit was off.
Yeah.
They're definitely trying to change.
They're trying to change some stuff. They're able to get NVIDIA's chips in their hands, and NVIDIA is building a chip station near there. So I don't think China should be undermined or think that they're.
Oh, I'm not saying
no. They are a challenging.
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not trying. I'm not saying that they're not capable. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm saying the narrative out there right now is incorrect. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they can't catch up. They are trying to catch up, and I will say that officially, they are trying to catch up.
I think we're trying to catch up because we have China EVs in America, but we don't have America EVs in China.
Yeah, that's an economical thing. We just don't see a reason to do that right now. We don't need to sell to them because we don't need them right now. That's the problem. That's why you don't see it. We're not pushing that. You don't think we can't make that deal? All we gotta do is cut them off. That's what Trump is doing right now. He's actually forcing it because he can.
I think at the end of the day, the biggest sauce of all of this, where America remains dominant, is one, we inject liquidity back into our debt, and then two, we have a stable coin takeover, and we take over the whole digital market via the blockchain.
I don't disagree.
Regulation. I think that's the only stepping stone where we come out of this alive and we don't have a global collapse and all this shit goes to shit. It's the fact that we do that route.
The global collapse is going to happen. That has to happen. It will happen. It's just a matter of who's ahead of it.
But I don't think it's a collapse. I think it's a correction because
correction, collapse, 20%, 50%, whatever. Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah, CME always says that protecting our sovereign debt is a matter of national security, and I don't think the United States is ever going to give up their power. So I do believe in the United States 100%, but I also think that we shouldn't think that we're head honcho and no one's going to try to challenge us, and we should be aware of our surroundings.
We will always be challenged, but that's part of the game, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, if we really want to get ahead, like we have the communist movement going in Canada, we have a communist movement happening here, we have all the stuff that's happening in California. There is a presence. There's China people buying land near military bases. There's a lot of shit going on that people are not paying attention to, that they're scheming and they're setting up. And whenever the time comes that they do act, we're not going to be ready. And I think we should pay attention to that. And I think that's what Palmer and Andrew was saying about having AI dominance and having drones and having all this autonomous stuff, that we should adopt it and we should not be scared of it because we need it. And I think that's why Trump said about the dome, the Iron Dome, why we need the Iron Dome, and Elon with the spaceship, with the Starlink rockets. I think it's a really, really big fucking deal that they're not, if they do attack, it's not going to be attacked through a missile or whatever. It's going to be an economic attack, whether it's through infrastructure or whether it's through our stock market or treasury bills or something. And that's gonna fuck us up way more than any bomb would. That's all I'm saying.
The talking heads will always make the most noise, and the people that move in silence are the ones who control this entire game. Trust me, you hear other people talk about this gloom and doom. There are people behind the scenes that are right on top of this. Please, it's happening. Trust me, we're watching.
The Hinman speech, the connection with Hunter Biden's family, with Burisma and all that stuff that connects there. Like, there's so many connections that our own government has been infiltrated by China.
Yeah, but that's smoke and mirrors, man. But it really is smoke and mirrors.
I mean, what happens? Do these people come out, or what happens? How much damage has been done? Like, there's so many questions that we.
The Hunter Biden story is no different to me than the P. Diddy story, quite frankly. It's just such sensational crap.
Trade secrets were traded, though. How much were traded?
We don't trade, and China's trading secrets to us. Believe me, we got spies there too.
Yeah,
this is part of the game. But again, it's a matter of who stays ahead of the game. That's the bigger deal.
Yeah,
and I can guarantee the United States will pay them a visit, just like they've done it many other times. It's just that power game is a whole different level game.
Well, I think that they learned from BlackRock, and I think they adopted their strategy, and they're trying to implement their strategy on us. That's my personal belief. That they figured out what they did with Evergrande and their real estate industry, and they figured out how a private corporation was able to destroy a country's economy without even sending a missile over. And they realized that we live in a day and age where war has transformed.
No doubt.
You can change, you can fuck up economy with the mindset, propaganda, economics, or whatever, technology, whatever, and it's do way more damage.
Yeah, that's what Facebook is used for. Oh, yeah.
That's where NIST comes in. That's where all this quantum stuff comes in. And that's why I keep trying to raise people awareness about Ethereum and Bitcoin, because their standards go out of date 2030. Why 2030? What's going to happen to a point where they already figured out? And why is XRP and the XRP ledger made for future standards? What was the mindset behind that before its creation? Did they know that we're going to end up at this point in time?
Understood.
You guys
My 2 cents on this.
in our future? Show comments on stage.
Bitcoin can really fuck shit up. I'm just saying. Right? Tether can really fuck some shit up.
Vic Gear just hit me up a few minutes ago about Atlanta. Yes, I'm still coming to Atlanta. I'm thinking about July, and hopefully we can get together. I have to talk to OG, Crypto OG, and see when he's available, and Vic, and then we're gonna all have a powwow, and then we try to get up a small little, our own little Sacktown meeting in Atlanta.
That'd be dope. We're at the top of the hour. Zebekian Savage. This shit's fire, gentlemen. Love the debate. And the Zebekian Savage dropped another $20 cash app. Appreciate you, brother. You've done enough work today.
Yeah, he's done more than enough.
Two gentlemen having a conversation about geopolitics and our hypothesis of where this goes. So if you like this content, please like and share. Hit the subscribe button. We'll be here every Sunday. This is my beautiful friend Bishop. He's a very smart gentleman. He is an absolute fucking genius.
And we love each other, by the way.
Bishop's so smart. But when we're talking about consciousness, I mean, this is why I truly deep down believe the XRP people will be the change, or just the crypto realm, because outside of crypto, who are you having conversations like this with?
Nobody.
Out of your friends group. You
Nuts.
know what I'm saying? And that's
why
the
I'm hopping
difference.
here.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You can't make it
We're
up.
talking about politics again. I don't like when you talk about all that stuff.
Yeah, my friends like to talk about P. Diddy, so.
So we had
God, please stop.
We had the Beluga NFTs. Steph dropped that earlier. We're gonna do Zerker's commercial, man. We owe the 8-bit titty fucking Berserker babes.
Listen for the clap, man. It's so funny. God.
Shout out to Bagman, Chenzo, Queen Steph, Nerdy X, and
Hey, Bishop, you're the first one to notice that, or at least mention it.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Hey, I just want to point out that Bishop has degrees. He's a smart guy. Like, he's an actual educated person. I don't. I'm a regular Joe who just learned this shit from 2020, learning from my bedroom. You can do the same thing too.
Me.
You can educate yourself. It's a crazy concept. Just saying.
all right, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow? Blue
Hang
Night
out.
Nights.
Chenzo, hang out afterwards.
Is that it? I thought it was another hour.
No, that's it, bro.
We're gonna try to do
that's
some
so
real
good.
shit like
Yeah.
Zerker today, man. We're gonna try to get some real life stuff going.
I'll join next week. Then I had a bunch of things I wanted to share.
So tomorrow night,
maybe
Illuminati
we get
night.
together and stream from Peru and say hello to everybody.
Fuck yeah.
It's all about the Berserker babes.
From the early days of the XRP ledger comes a rare collection that captures the bold spirit of crypto's pioneers. Introducing Berserker Babes, 200 unique digital beauties from the original XLS 14D era. Each babe comes with her own style, attitude, and rare traits, from cyberpunk vibes to 8-bit titties. These aren't just NFTs, they're digital artifacts from XRP history. Limited to just 200 pieces, each Berserker Babe is one of a kind, verifiably rare, and waiting for her forever home on the blockchain. Minting exclusively on XRP Cafe. Own a piece of XRPL history before they're gone forever. Berserker Babes, bold, badass, XRP Ledger.
Fuck crypto. You don't need the anxiety. Before you bought the bullshit fantasy coin, your life was good. But then you made some money and became greedy. Now the bullshit coin is fucked. and nobody can tell you when it is going to be unfucked. Even the motherfucker who convinced you to buy the bullshit coin, who told you that it is going to be the next big thing, that motherfucker is nowhere to be found. You are on your own, and all you can do is cry about it in the shower and hope and believe that your bullshit coin will go up in price again so that you can sell it and make some money and buy some more and then get fucked all over again. That is crypto.
Coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP.